Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Biological Concepts. In today's video, we will discuss on what sample or specimen to be collected for which disease. In healthcare, proper sample collection helps in accurately diagnosing diseases and determining the appropriate treatment. The quality of the collected sample directly impacts the accuracy and reliability of the test results. Here in this video, we will discuss on what specimen to be collected for which disease. Now let's start. For diagnosing dengue hemorrhagic syndrome, that is DHS, dengue shock syndrome, that is DSS, chikungunya, AES or JE. AES stands for acute encephalitis syndrome, JS that is Japanese encephalitis, viral hepatitis A, E, measles, Haemophilus influenza, leptospirosis, typhus, suspected viral diseases like Nipah, Hanta, etc. In all cases, blood serum sample should be collected. 5 ml venous blood is collected from a patient, then let the specimen clot for 30 to 60 minutes in a tilt condition at ambient temperature. Do not check the serum. It will look like this. The upper portion is the serum, the clear upper portion is serums, and this portion is blood clot. Now, transfer this serum in a sterile test tube and refrigerate it at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. But it should not be frozen. If facilities of centrifugation is available, centrifuge it for 1500 rpm for 10 to 15 minutes. Then transfer the clean serum in a sterile test tube and refrigerate it at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. This serum should be transported at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade as early as possible to the respective lab, at least within same days of the sample collection. In case of dengue, IgM ELISA or NS1 ELISA is done for diagnosing the disease. Whereas in case of chikungunya, AES-JE, viral hepatitis AE, measles, Haemophilus influenza, leptospirosis, staph typhus, in all that cases, IgM ELISA is done. Okay. For diagnosing food poisoning, food sample is collected and sent to the respective lab for testing. Food poisoning is the illness which is caused by eating food which is contaminated with bacteria, virus, parasites, fungi or toxins. So, food sample is collected to identify the microorganism which is present in this contaminated food sample. And this food sample is collected in a sterile container and maintained at 4 degrees centigrade and transported to the laboratory by maintaining cold chain, that is 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. 4 to 8 degrees centigrade. For diagnosing rotavirus presence in that cause the diarrheal disease, cholera or other acute diarrheal diseases, enteric fever or typhoid, bacillary dysentery, food poisoning, stool sample should be collected. This stool sample should be collected in a sterile container and it should be transported to the laboratory as early as possible. If it is not possible to transport it within 1 hour, it should be transported to the respective lab by placing it in a CB media, which is the transport media, and also maintain the cold chain. Okay. Now for diagnosing cholera or other acute diarrheal disease, bacillary dysentery, food poisoning, rectal swab sample should be collected. Here it is written as for food sample. That is for diagnosis this disease, that is cholera, other acute viral disease, bacillary dysentery, food poisoning. Where stool sample collection is not possible, in that case rectal swab sample should be collected and it is transported to the respective lab by placing it in the CB media, okay, and maintaining the cold chain. In case of food poisoning, you can also collect the vomitus sample. The vomitus sample is collected in a sterile container, wide mouth sterile container, and transport to the laboratory by maintaining cold chain. So, for food poisoning, you can either collect vomitus sample or rectal swab sample or stool sample or food sample. Okay. The symptoms of food poisoning include stomach upset, diarrhea, vomiting. That's why not only the food sample, but you can also collect the stool or rectal swab or vomitus sample to diagnose the causative microorganism which is responsible for the food poisoning. For diagnosing enteric fever or typhoid, blood sample should be collected, that is the whole blood. After collection of the blood sample, you can aseptically transfer the whole blood in a cultured bottle. Okay. So, for enteric fever, not only the blood sample is collected for diagnosing of enteric fever or typhoid, but also the stool sample. So, for enteric fever or typhoid, either you can collect the stool sample for diagnosing or you can collect the blood sample. For diagnosing cutaneous anthrax, fluids from the lesion or ulcer should be collected and sent to the respective lab for testing. For bird flu, dead bird sample should be collected and sent to the respective lab for testing. For diagnosing influenza, ARI, that is for diagnosing swine flu, bird flu. Swine flu means H1N1, bird flu means H5N1. So for influenza ARI, you can collect nasopharyngeal swab. This nasopharyngeal swab is collected and placed it in the VTM, that is viral transport media, which is a transport media. And for transporting this specimen, cold chain should be maintained. For diagnosing pertussis diphtheria, throat swab is collected. The transport media throat swab is modified towards media for Bordetella. It should be transported to the lab at ambient temperature. For diagnosing AES or JE, CSF sample, that is cerebrospinal fluid sample, should be collected. For diagnosis meningitis, CSF, that is cerebrospinal fluid sample, should be collected. The CSF for virology need to be transported in cold chain, that is 4 to 8 degrees centigrade. But CSF for bacteriology should be transported at ambient temperature, not at 4 to 8 degrees centigrade. So, for diagnosing AES or JE, you can either collect CSF or you can collect serum sample. But testing of CSF sample, that is cerebrospinal fluid sample, is preferred to reduce the false positivity rates from the previous infection or vaccination. So, it is preferred than serum sample. All these samples should be collected aseptically. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.